Okie dokie.
Alright, and welcome everyone to the first episode of the CORNSA breakdown, created from the old news article, which was breaking news. We're here with Nico Haley, aka the HHR Cup Series team owner, and Shiny Cord, a driver of the meme team, a Final Four competitor also. Let's get right into it.
Mm-hmm.
So this week, we have four different races, two at Daytona and two at Richmond. One for the Hulu Series at Daytona, one at Richmond for Hulu, and also the Daytona 500 and the Richmond race for Cup. As a
Yeah.
driver, Shiny, what do you want from the Daytona race? Do you just want to survive, or do you just want to straight up go for the win?
I want to survive first, then straight up go for the win.
Alright, alright. And even if you do end up wrecking out, what's going to be like on your mind heading into Richmond?
Heading in my mind in Richmond is trying to probably have a top 5, top 10 car, maybe compete for the win with Mafia because he seems to dominate.
Well, Mafia is not in the Cup series anymore. He's actually in the Hulu series now. So, who do you think? What do you think your like competition standards at Richmond are going to be?
Well, my competition isn't going to be easy. Let's just say we need to have a good car for qualifying, and it'll take us from there.
You're right. You're right. Uh, Ice. All right. Knowing that you own a four-car team in the Cup series, uh, what do you think the goal is at Daytona?
Really, we just want to get our cars back home alive. But the one key to that is just not to get trapped on the outside. Because no matter what, they're always going to come back up onto the track. If you're on the outside, you're most likely going to get involved into all the crashes. If you even survive all. But really, our main goal is really to either get our alliance teams or either our team to win. But our 75%, well, the 75% of our main goal is to just survive the race.
Alright, alright. So yeah, if you don't remember the clash and that huge wreck on the final lap and Sniper leading the race, we've seen that chaos before here at Daytona for both series. We've seen the 3x3 pack racing, and we've seen how the outside does get the advantage somehow because of the runs in the middle lane. Aiden McNeely actually was, oh wait, no, not Aiden McNeely. Sniper did win that race, but I think that if he did not get wrecked, I think NASCAR was gonna win the race on the top. What do you guys think about that finish? And what do you think, like, what was the wreck? Just what are you guys thoughts on it?
My thoughts on it were on the loud pedal and get out of there because I was about to be involved in that wreck. Somehow I survived it, and I was lucky to come out with the top 3 finish. So it is anybody's game at restricted plate tracks, including Daytona. So as we go into Daytona 500, I'm looking for a win or a top 5 car.
Alright, you guys?
Well, really, the one thing is, like I said earlier, if you get trapped on the outside, you're most likely going to get involved in the crashes. Especially off turn 4, because if you saw, no matter what, you're always going to wash up the track in turn 4. All our drivers have experienced that before, and they really want to avoid washing up because you can see the results of that. And if everyone can keep their cars straight coming out 4 and everywhere on the track, and we don't have idiots like back at Chicagoland last season, we really do have a good chance of winning. But if we do all finish the race, which is not gonna happen, I can bet that it's anyone's game, basically.
Alright. Alright, so now we are done with the questions for Daytona. We're just going to pick our winners. I'm going to let you guys pick two different winners that you guys think will win. I will go first. My first pick to win the 500, I'm going to have to say Striker. Because Striker, he hasn't won. He hasn't won since the first Daytona 500 in season 1. He has the longest winless streak, and I think he's going to break it here at Daytona. My second pick is going to be... I guess it's gonna be Flowers Fan 3. He's a rookie. He just joined the Cup Series. He can never win a Daytona 500 in a league race, but I bet he's gonna win it here at the actual Daytona race in NR. For the Hulu Series, my pick to win, it's probably gonna be Matt Richardson. He won last season, and he's shown a very improvement at these restrictor plates. He's always really there at the end of the races. I just got him there. My second pick for there, I'm gonna have to say, I think Mafia. Mafia has a lot of Cup experience, and now he's on Brian Scott's team in the Hulu series. I think he's gonna kill it down there. Ice.
So really, who I think will win the 500 is probably going to be a Ford or a Dodge, because if you saw last season, we really had Dodges and Fords all up front, and
Right.
Dodges and Fords did work together a lot last season, and if we can pull that off this season at all tracks, and the Chevys and Camrys work together, it will be a good rivalry. So basically, who I'm going to go for is probably going to have to be possibly Tristan, because Tristan's been doing good.
That's
Although
true.
his
Did
only
finish
win
in
is at
top five
Fontana.
last 500.
I mean, he's been performing good if he hasn't gotten damaged or been shuffled out of line. And basically, he could be a force to be reckoned with at Daytona. Now, my Hulu pick is possibly going to be Kimberly.
Alright.
I'm not picking them because they're on my team and my brother's team. I'm just saying, based on their performance. Kimberly, we moved down to Tristan's team. Well, I moved her down to Tristan's team to basically hope that she can find success in Hulu so she can get more experience at the tracks in a minor series so that she can then come back up into Cup later on.
Alright. Alright, Shiny, your turn.
For my pick in the Daytona 500, it'll have to be. I think I'm gonna have to go with Layla Chacon. She's had good runs at other different tracks, but I think she can get it done in Daytona 500. My second pick to win the 500 is It Shot 16. Ever since we had that little debacle of our team and I went to the meme team, he's been trying to improve at Daytona. He has qualified in the pole, but has never won there. I want to see if his luck turns around and wins this weekend for the 500.
Alright.
And for my Hulu series pick, I will have to go with Mafia. It's time he starts winning at other tracks other than Richmond, but he has shown some improvement. So yeah, that's my take.
Alright.
I mean,
And for
Mafia's pretty much the
Richmond-
Kyle Larson of Michigan.
Yeah. But anyways, after the Daytona 500, we head to Richmond for both series on this Friday. So it's going to be fun going there. My pick to win the race, It's got to be Tristan. Tristan ran second with Mafia both Richmond races in his rookie season. It has to be Tristan Haley, point forward, unless he gets screwed some type of way. And for my Hulu series pick, you already know the Richmond King Mafia, 3 career Cup wins, all being at Richmond, has won every single Richmond race that we've ran in the Cup series so far. It's got to be him. You guys?
You can go first.
Sean, you want to go first, or?
I was
Okay, fine,
hoping
I'll go
Ice would go
first.
first.
Basically, for Richmond, I mean, it's a hard debate on this. But, I mean, like you said, Tristan, but at the same time, I can't pick a spot between Tristan and, Rich Flower. I mean, Rich Flower has been doing good at Richmond, if I recall correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And I really cannot pick between one of those two to win. I cannot pick one of those because they have been up at the front, but they have not got there just yet. But,
Alright.
for Hulu, like you said, Oyster Mafia, even though he's in there, these are different drivers going up against him than Cup. We don't know yet how they're gonna compare against Mafia at Richmond. So really, I honestly can't pick which one, but I do have my bets on Colton. He's been running up at front, but at the same time, just like I said before, I have to go with another driver, Asher. He has been doing real good
Said who?
with his team. So really, I can't figure out which one to pick between Cup and Hulu.
Pick both. I guess there's your 2 picks for both series, I guess. It's nice to see. Shiny, what about you? Who you got for Richmond?
Well, for me in the Cup Series, just like Ice said, well, not like that, but I think Tristan will win. I do agree with everybody that he has been running good at Richmond behind Mafia. So it makes sense if he doesn't get screwed over to him to win at Richmond. And my Hulu series pick, of course, it's got to be Mafia. He'll see if he can get 3 wins at that track.
Alright. Well, final questions. These are just going to be questions about free agency. How do you guys feel about, like, 6 Cup drivers that are successful? NASCAR Chaos, Mafia, even drivers that got left in the free agency and didn't even get signed, like Stewart, Batman 2005's. He made the final 4. Haley Turner got left in the dust by Maddox Motorsports as well, and she has a 500 win and finished top 10 in points this season if it was just point standings instead of like a chase. And with Scott Racing just coming out of nowhere, and also Flyers Fan Racing also coming into the Cup Series as well. Do you think Scott Racing is gonna be a super team potentially, or will they be a big bust? Ice.
Since
Well, I think that I really do think that Scott Racing is gonna be pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie; they have the veteranship. At the same time, Angelica has not won any races, and so has I forgot their other driver, but they don't. They have PNG as well. They're both veterans in the Cup Series. But at the same time, I feel like that PNG and Angelica just won't lead the team. I think it's gonna be Alexis Fernandez. He's been pretty good. He didn't make. I don't think he made the chase because he didn't get a win, but he did pretty good with consistency and stuff like that. And with people getting left in dust like Batman 2005 and Stewart, it was really surprising. Stewart, I think, did announce was thinking about announcing retirement as well, as I was told by him. Um, Ailey Turner getting left. About that, I don't know what about that one, Chief. That's a young driver. People thought she was gonna be a bust, and she ended up being pretty consistent and pretty good. Shiny.
My take on the free agency is it's a silly season, kind of, but in the silly season free agency. We had drivers that were very good and consistent, and we had some drivers that were just running under the radar, but were still consistent. So, from what I'm hearing, if Stewart is retiring, if he's possibly considering retirement, I will wish him the best of luck with his retirement, and he was a good teammate to be with. But for the other drivers, I think they are going to be good on other teams they land in, or if they don't land in teams, then I hope they do. And Scott Racing, or like Brian Scott Racing or whatever, I think his team's going to do good. It's going to be a super team. But his team ain't going to be able to keep up the competitive work with Shot's team. So, yeah, that's what my take on free agency.
Guys, do you want to say something more, or do you just want to? Do you want to just end it now?
I'll say
Cool.
more. I have my microphone turned off because I am a idiot.
All right. Well, the question is just like, what do you think about the free agency
Yeah.
this season?
So, about that, really, I think that people not picking on Batman and Chaos is really
Actually, Chaos did get
the
picked up.
dumbest
You mean Batman?
move that
Chaos did get
in
signed.
Cup Series
I can see that.
to ever happen. Chaos was a dominant driver. He has not even been signed.
He actually is. He's on the Hulu series team. You mean Stewart?
Oh yes, sure. And I mean Stewart just left out to dry. I mean, I can see why people did leave him out to dry. He didn't do the best, but at the same time, if you saw M really compared to M, he was doing basically overperforming. Because I mean, just if you don't think about that, how he was doing better than the now team owner. I mean, there is no reason why he should not be signed. I would have signed him, but I have no room on my team. So, really, I can't see why nobody signed him. And Brian Scott Motorsport, I can kind of see them being a superpower team, but at the same time, I can't. Because, look, they have Angelica, one that basically was going to be a NASCAR bust and pretty much wins. Kevin LePage times 4. And, I mean, Chicagoland, he wrecked the field twice. And what was the other track again?
Kansas.
Kansas, he wrecked the whole entire field twice. I mean, and if you think about it, Chicagoland was stupidest both times. They were right after a damn restart. I mean, it's ridiculous how stupid he was. Because, I mean, if you look at him, he is on great equipment, and he is just Kevin LePage in the goddamn field.
That is true. That is true. Plus
It's
the lack of
retarded.
experience with 2 new rookies entering the cup, with entering the team as well. It might kill the team as well. Is that what we all gotta say?
Yep.
Alright then.
Yeah.
Thank everyone for watching. This has been a fun episode of the CORNSA Breakdown. We hope to make an episode 2 soon. Probably next week. If anything, we'll probably get more drivers on the scene to do this episode with us and have more like experiences and thoughts of like what's happened in the Cup Series and Hulu Series. It's definitely fun. We'll see you guys for the Daytona 500 and the Richmond races coming up.